What is up, 2D? It's time for a new beer review, but of course, some of y'all might not see this as a beer, you might see this as a wine cooler, but either way, it's something new that I need to try, you know? It's made by Jack Daniels, called Jack Daniels Country Club Black Jack Cola, and check out those graphics, y'all. I mean, that looks pretty cool. And the bottle, I've seen these kinds of bottles before over at the rodeo with the Miller Lite and Bud Light. They've had these kinds of bottles, and I think they're all aluminum. So, and it does say recyclable on the back. It also says crisp, refreshing taste, best served ice cold, and these things are freaking cold. So yeah. So, of course, I think you have to use a popper. So that's what I got, my old-fashioned popper, and I got two of these here. I'm gonna try one in a bottle, and I'm gonna try one in my trusty little glass here. So let's get started. Oh yeah. It does smell like whiskey. It does. It really does smell like whiskey. That's the strange thing. Considering I bought this at a gas station. I didn't buy this at a liquor store. So it just must have the, you know, smell and scent of whiskey, and it's mainly just cola. So, cheers, y'all. Yeah, it tastes mainly just like cola. It doesn't really taste like whiskey that much. I mean, besides the smell, it's like a hint of whiskey that you can actually taste. And there's not really that much alcohol in there. There's only like 5%. So there must be like barely any amount of whiskey, if there is any. So, yeah, 5% out of a 16-ounce can, that's not a lot. But, let's see what it looks like in the glass. It just looks like Coke. It just looks like Coke, y'all. I mean, it doesn't even look like there was any whiskey in there. It doesn't smell any different. Tastes exactly the same. But, you know, at least there's a hint in there of whiskey. So, yeah. I guess if you don't want to get into whiskey, you know, too much, I guess this would be a good way to start. But it has a wonderful taste. And, yeah. Give these a try. They're not too bad. Like I said, I picked this up at a gas station. And they were cheap. They were, let me think for a second. Like, $2.79 for the two of them, and that's with tax. And you know gas stations, they charge a lot, so I'm guessing these were like 99 cents each. That's number one. But, with stuff like this, I don't think you're going to really get a buzz off of it. But it does taste good. Time for number two, y'all. Now that is a much better tasting one. This is the second one I just popped open. This one tastes more like real cola. I mean, it tastes like more like Coke than whiskey. So I don't know. When you get these, maybe you let them set out for a few seconds or a few minutes or whatever. It changes the taste. Because it tastes more like Coke than whiskey. I mean, this first one tastes like nothing but whiskey, really. And this one, it's nice and foamy. You can really taste the fizz. This is some good stuff, y'all. So I guess I must have picked out a good one and a bad one. And for some reason, I think these might come in either 4 or 6 packs. Because at the gas station, they just had a little, small little freezer. It wasn't attached to a wall. It was by itself, and they had a bunch of wine and stuff in there. And this was on the very bottom, right next to the beers. So I don't know. Probably look wherever your wine section is. They're probably going to classify this as a wine cooler. Ooh, yes. Still ain't feeling anything yet, but it tastes wonderful. For the hard-working Joe, get a Jack Daniels Black Jack Cola. It'll make you feel like a man. Now all I need is a cigar and we'll have it all right down there. Cigar, cowboy hat, and I don't know. Maybe a poker. Yeah, I need to get like a little poker table or something in here. I'm about right here or so. Alright, let's do a chug. Oh, shit, that's cold. Jack Daniels Country Cocktail Blackjack Cola. Tastes really good. You get 16 ounces for 99 cents, although that is mostly cola. Probably less than an ounce of actual Jack Daniels, but I don't think there's any in there actually, because if they sold it at a gas station, that must mean there was nothing really in there. They weren't in the beer section, they were in the wine section, so yeah, I will classify these as wine coolers. It's a good way to try Jack Daniels without actually spending a whole lot of money on a bottle of Jack Daniels.